Today I want to talk about some different finds at a local antique place. I love going antiquing. I mentioned this before. Antique shops, garage sales, church sales. I mean, you name it. I like looking at other people's junk that they don't want. Or I could go to Salvation Army, or I'll go to Goodwill and just look around, you know, not necessarily the clothes stuff, although they do have some good deals on clothes. I always look at the knickknacks. You know what I mean? My wife, she'll go look at pants and shirts and shoes and stuff, and I'll go look at, like, you know, old books and DVDs and things like that. But anyway, I went to a antique place recently. I have a couple of my favorites. Some places I like looking, but they're a little bit overpriced. I mean, in my opinion anyway. But the specific spot that I went to always has some good stuff. And they happen to have a new little box of old lighters. And they had some interesting things. But these are two that I picked up. I also got a pipe rack for 10 bucks, which I'll show you at the end of the video because I have all my pipes in it now, hanging on the wall. Just frees up some different room for some more stuff. But as far as the lighters go, I saw this one. This is the first one I gravitated towards. I knew it was a Zippo. This one happens to say Chet Beach on it, which was obviously the previous owner. It might have been a gift for them. It's kind of funny. I mentioned to someone, one of my friends who's into skating and stuff, and I said, you know, even Chet is kind of like a dated name. I don't know anyone these days named Chet. It's like something you'd see in a movie or something, but right away he's like, oh, there's a skater named Chet, and I learned all about him, which is pretty cool. But anyway, long story short, as soon as I looked at the bottom stamp, I was very excited to see the old square style logo. This one has the 2032695 patent. All right, so there's a lot of different things you can use on a Zippo to date it, not just the bottom stamp code, because this tells me it's from, you know, 1937 to like 1950, 1955, something like that. That gives you, like, you know, a range of different years it could possibly be. But if you want to narrow it down more specifically, there's a ton of stuff you can look at. First off, this has a 3-barrel hinge. All right, it also has an uneven center barrel, because that's something that distinguishes between different years. Some of the 3-barrel hinges, all 3 pieces are exactly the same length or width, where in this case, the middle one is just a little bit wider. That tells a story. If you look at the insert, just the fact of how it's pinned together, the you know, cross-checkering on the wheel. Some of the really old ones just have, you know, horizontal lines. They don't have cross-checkering. Something as simple as the holes. This is a 16 chimney. All right, so there's 16 holes. Some of them have 14 holes. Of course, this insert happens to be original to this Zippo case. Also has the patent on the bottom. Something as simple as the type of screw, the size of the screw for the flint tube, whether it has a felt pad on the bottom or not. These are all very specific indicators as to specific years. Even the cam. This cam is what keeps the lid open and shut. I've talked about this before, but if you've never seen it, there's a little piece that kind of goes down, over, and up. All right, so when the Zippo is open, it prevents the lid from shutting. All right, there's a little spring that goes underneath the cam. That's what actually pushes down. So it's basically in this position, there's spring tension, and then obviously people know this is, it's an upward position. You could leave it in the up position and it will not close. So if you want to keep the Zippo lit. But anyway, as you push that, it goes inside that plate. That's what keeps the lid from flopping open. So just the shape of the cam has changed over the years. So these are like little, you know, minute details that'll give someone, or at least, like, you know, a really big collector, more of an idea of the specific year. So everything that this is offering, I concluded this is a 1946 Zippo, early 1946, because that year there happened to be a couple different changes. Again, the chimney to, I mean, all kinds of different things. But it's a really good find. When I picked this up, there was a bunch of lighters in the little cardboard box, and they all had prices on it except for this and this. And these are the only 2 things I was interested in. So I asked the girl, I said, well, this doesn't have a price on it. What are you asking for it? And she kind of looked at it, opened it up, and did one of these and said, oh, well, it's broken. I'll sell it for $2. So, okay. Yeah. And if you're into Zippos, you'll know that a lot of times people will think that they're not working because they're not sparking or anything. But a lot of us know anyway that the flint is just missing. Now, with really old Zippos, you don't have to actually use it. You don't have to use the flint up totally. Just with age, those flints turn to powder. They literally disintegrate. But for $2, I am extremely happy with that find. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll probably refurbish this one just because, and I'll show you it in working order because it's a cool old one to start carrying. Of course, my name is not Chet Beach, but hey, you know, can't win them all, I guess. So now this I saw in the case. This is a Bic brand Bic holder, right? Which I thought was pretty cool. She also wanted $2 for this, so I said, yeah, sure. It just houses a mini Bic, so I just have a mini Bic in there. So I don't know, it just gives you a little extra something to hold on to. I happen to like lighter cases, so that was just a cool little random find as well. So I'll take you off the tripod here, and we're gonna go look at the pipe rack I got. All right, so there it is. It's just a very simple pipe rack. I mean, they wanted $10 for it. I didn't want to kind of bargain with them. I just paid the 10 bucks for it. But it's a very simple design. I just don't have the tools to make one myself. But anyway, that's my current pipe collection minus probably 4 or 5 pipes that didn't fit on here, as well as these pipes down here. And yeah, I got more Zippos and more Zippos there. Eventually I'll do a Zippo collection video, but anyway, just wanted to show that. So just some cool, interesting, random finds at the antique shop. I'm telling you, especially guys, like a lot of women go antiquing, and maybe there's this like, you know, thing around antiquing that it's for women or for seniors. It is certainly not. I'm telling you, if you go to the right place, there's something for everyone at antique shops. It doesn't have to be some, you know, expensive thing that's thousands of dollars. I've been extremely happy with all kinds of finds, knife books, fishing related stuff, silver quarters, I mean, you name it. It's just a really fun thing to do. So if you've never been antiquing before, it's definitely worth going to check out. Obviously, depending on where you live, it might be harder to find antique shops. I just happen to be lucky. There's just a ton of them by me. A lot of people travel up in this area, you know, in the summertime and specifically do that for antiquing. But just really interesting stuff. One man's junk is another man's treasure. So anyway, that's it for now. Let me know down below the coolest thing you ever found going antiquing. Or if you've never been antiquing, let me know some cool stuff you found at garage sales. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Take care.